This tiny reindeer fawn had no idea what to do when it saw its mother trapped inside the coils of a giant snake. The only thing this little one could think about was getting his mother out of this mess, and he started by running as fast as his little legs could carry him to find some help. But who could possibly help them? Surely not the cars whizzing past them on the highway nearby. And so the fawn kept going, farther and farther away from the danger zone until he finally came across a house. Hopefully, someone inside would be able to help him. And when they opened the door, they were indeed willing to assist the fawn. But what they didn't expect was that the hero of the day would actually be a dog? Yes, you heard that right. A good Samaritan dog saved the life of a reindeer, all thanks to the quick thinking of the fawn. Let's find out more details in today's episode of Animals Being Brothers. Hello and welcome back to our channel where we bring you the best of nature. Today, we will see how a tiny reindeer fawn managed to save its mother from a giant anaconda. So make sure to watch the video till the end and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing episodes. A man and his girlfriend were driving down a country road when they spotted something strange on the side of the road. They couldn't believe their eyes when they saw a deer stuck between two cars. As they got closer, they realized that it wasn't just any ordinary deer, but a mother reindeer with her adorable fawn by her side. The situation was critical as both the reindeer and her baby were in grave danger. Without hesitation, the couple jumped out of their car and rushed to help the frightened animals. The male reindeer was entangled in the steel cables and couldn't free himself from the tight space between the cars. The situation was made worse by the presence of a large snake that had wrapped itself around the male reindeer's neck, making escape almost impossible. The snake's cold, scaly body was a terrifying sight, and its sharp fangs were a deadly threat to the reindeer. The mother reindeer was equally distressed. She was trapped in a narrow opening behind a blue car and couldn't get out to help her fawn. Her heart sank as she watched her baby struggling to free himself from the snake's grip. As the snake tightened its coils around the fawn's father, it hissed menacingly, its eyes gleaming with predatory intent. It was clear that the snake intended to make a meal out of the fawn, but he refused to give up without a fight. The fawn struggled to free himself from the snake's grasp, but the reptile's grip was too strong and he was starting to panic. The situation was dire, and it seemed like the snake would soon have its prey. But just when all hope seemed lost, a glimmer of hope appeared in the form of a good Samaritan. A woman who witnessed the struggle rushed to help and managed to pull the snake off the fawn, giving the terrified animal a chance to escape. The fawn's mother, who had been desperately trying to free herself from her predicament, was overjoyed to see her son safe. With the help of the Good Samaritan, she was finally able to break free from her captivity. The family of reindeer was reunited and they all fled to safety, leaving the snake and the cars behind them. The snake, slithering away into the underbrush, was left to find another meal. The ordeal had been terrifying, but the reindeer were grateful for the woman's help and they disappeared into the forest, safe and sound. The most unexpected part of this incident was the appearance of the Good Samaritan, who risked her own safety to help the fawn. The woman's quick reactions and bravery saved the fawn's life and prevented a tragedy. It was a heartwarming sight to see the reindeer family reunited and running off into the distance. The fawn knew he had to act fast. If he didn't do something, the snake would swallow his mom whole. First, he tried to kick the snake as hard as he could, but it was no use. The snake was too strong for him. Then he tried to bite the snake, but that didn't work either. The snake just flicked its tail and knocked the fawn over. The fawn was scared, but he couldn't give up. His mom was in danger and he had to save her. Suddenly, the fawn had an idea. He remembered seeing a truck nearby and he knew just what to do. The fawn ran as fast as he could toward the road. He had to get the driver's attention. The fawn kept running until he saw the truck driver waving at him. The fawn stopped and looked back. The driver must have seen his mom. Maybe he could help them. The fawn started walking toward the road, and the driver got out of his truck and walked over to him. The fawn rubbed against the man's legs and mooed loudly. The driver understood. He had to go back to the forest and help the reindeer. The driver went back to the forest and found the fawn's mother trapped in the underbrush. The snake had knocked her down and was trying to eat her. The driver shooed the snake away and helped the mother reindeer to her feet. She was weak and scared, but she knew she had to get away from the snake. The driver led the mother reindeer to the road where the fawn was waiting. The two reindeer were reunited, and they ran off into the forest together. The driver felt bad for the fawn. He knew that the little guy had saved his mom by leading him to the truck. He wanted to do something nice for the fawn, so he took off his jacket and wrapped it around the fawn. The fawn licked the man's hand and nuzzled against his shoulder. The driver felt a sense of satisfaction knowing that he had helped these beautiful creatures. The next day, the driver went back to the forest to look for the reindeer. He wanted to see if they were okay. He also wanted to give the fawn another jacket. But when he arrived, he couldn't find the reindeer anywhere. The driver was disappointed, but he knew that they were probably just hiding. He hoped that they were safe and happy. Meanwhile, the fawn was indeed safe and sound. He was with his mom and the rest of the reindeer herd. The fawn had become a hero of the herd. All the reindeer, including the mother reindeer, were proud of him. The mother reindeer nuzzled her son and licked his head. She was so happy that he had saved her life. The fawn purred and snuggled close to his mother. He was tired and hungry, but he didn't care. He was just happy to be alive. The fawn had indeed saved his mother's life. If he hadn't led the driver to her, the snake would have eaten her. The fawn was just a small and innocent creature, but he had shown incredible bravery and intelligence. The driver was also proud of the fawn. He had never seen such a brave and smart animal before. He knew that the fawn deserved a reward for his heroism. The driver decided to build a shelter for the reindeer herd. He also planned to leave food and water for them. He wanted to make sure that they were taken care of. The driver was a kind and generous man. He knew that the reindeer had gone through a lot of suffering, and he wanted to make their lives better. The driver worked hard to build the shelter. He used wood and other materials that he had lying around. He made sure that the shelter was big enough for the whole herd. The driver also put up some feeders and water troughs. He filled them up with food and water for the reindeer. When the driver finished building the shelter, he went back to the forest to check on the reindeer. He wanted to see if they were using the shelter. The driver was overjoyed when he saw that the reindeer were using the shelter. They were eating and drinking, and they seemed to be comfortable. The driver felt a sense of fulfillment, knowing that he had helped the reindeer. He was just a simple man, but he had made a difference in the lives of these beautiful creatures. The driver continued to visit the reindeer regularly. He made sure that they had enough food and water, and he cleaned their shelter. The driver loved spending time with the reindeer. He enjoyed watching them play and roam around. The driver had formed a bond with the reindeer, and he knew that he would continue to care for them for many years to come. The driver's kindness and generosity had touched the hearts of the reindeer. They loved the driver, and they would often greet him with affection when he visited them. The driver was just an ordinary man, but he had shown extraordinary compassion and empathy towards the reindeer. His actions were an example to others, and he had become a true hero to the reindeer. If you want to know more about the story, you can read the full article online. Just search for Reindeer Fawn Saves Mom from Anaconda. You'll find the full story and more details. And that's all for today's episode. We hope you enjoyed this touching story of bravery and kindness. Don't forget to hit the like button and share it with your friends and family. Also, please subscribe to our channel so that you never miss any new episodes. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.